On YouTube, welcome back to the Thomas Gallery. And today, hold on, it's a little nippy. Today, I want to talk about my first art contest or art exhibit, so to speak. This was, I think I was in high school. I think I might have been a freshman or, I think I might have been, yeah, I was in high school, probably beginning high school. Maybe sophomore high school. And my art teacher, Miss Muhammad Noor, hello, if you see this, hey Miss Noor, she had entered some of my work into an art contest that was going to be held. I forgot the name of the building, but it was in Washington D.C., where I'm born and raised, and it was like an art show, and Eleanor Holmes Norton was supposed to be there. This is a long time ago, so I didn't know much about no art contests and all that stuff. I didn't really take it serious. But I get as looking back on it was good exposure. It was good exposure for me to see how those things look and see people looking at your art and stuff. So I'm in the building. I think it's my mother and I were there, and we were in the building, well, along with my teacher. And she took all my teacher would just take a few drawings that I did, that just do random drawings that I did all the time in class, and post them up. And they weren't big. They weren't anything big. They were actually just regular 8.5 by 10 sheets of blank paper that I just drew on, that she decided to post up. So that was the moment I realized that, they say you're a small fish in a big pond, or you know if you're a big fish in a little pond until you go into greater waters. That's how I felt. In school, I was always known as the person who can draw very well. But when I went to that art contest, that's when it really hit me that there are people on this planet who are very good, much better than I am. I spent most of my time looking at other people's artwork than I did my own. I barely stood by my stuff. I was too busy looking at the people who did like the first, second, and third place. I placed in fourth, and it was the first, second, and third place. But that event opened up my eyes to a greater world than I knew. Because once I knew that I was not the big fish in the little pond, it humbled me. It let me know that I got a lot of work to do. I thought I was the man. Everybody gave me compliments, but when I realized that I got a lot of work to do, it changed my whole mind. It blew me away. So, and then also come to find out that Eleanor Holmes Norton didn't even show up to the thing. One of her peoples came and spoke on her behalf, but she didn't show up. That actually upset me right there, because I was told she was gonna be there. I was hoping to see her just to say I saw her, but she didn't show up. I got mad about that. I'm still a little hot about that, to be honest with you. But that ain't the point. What I learned from that event was there's always room for improvement. There's always room to grow. There's always someone better. So make sure you stay on your game. And I learned that from my first art contest. It was actually my only art contest. And now that I know what goes into it, I actually would like to do more. But that was a big eye opener for me. And see, back then I didn't really appreciate it. I didn't really pay attention to it. I didn't really care about it. But looking back on it, it was one of the best experiences I ever had. It was just cool just to say you were a part of it, and just to see other people's artwork who were better than you, who I could admit. I ain't had no pride in saying that these artists, especially the ones that won, were better than me. I've never been too proud to admit when someone was better than me. And when I knew that, man, I got a lot of work to do. I am nowhere near the level that I think I am. So everyone giving me props and stuff, I've seen better. I know there are people better than me. It humbled me, and it humbled me, but it made me more determined to actually get better. Once I knew there was a level that I can get better at, I just kept it in my head of striving to do better, because I know there are people on this planet who are better than me. And that art contest showed me that there are levels to this. Right, that was my first experience my first experience I can remember fully, that I realized that there were levels to this. There are levels to everything. There are levels to art. And at that day, I knew where I stood, and I knew where I wanted to be. So that's my story of my first art contest. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.